Ever feel like your brainstorming sessions are more like brain drizzling? You get a few scattered drops of inspiration, but not the downpour of ideas you were hoping for. Well, get ready for a creativity deluge.
We're diving deep into a method that promises to, how do I put it, turbocharge your brainstorming using the power of AI.
We're cracking open the Generative AI Professional Prompt Engineering Guide to explore their, what do they call it, brainstorming prompt. It's like having a super-powered thought partner, one who speaks fluent outside the box.
And what I find really intriguing is the structured approach. It's not about replacing your creative spark. It's more like giving it a framework to ignite truly innovative thinking.
Okay, so let's say you're stuck on a project. Maybe you're designing a new gadget or trying to crack a tricky business problem. This brainstorming prompt lays out 6 clear steps to walk you and the AI through a super productive brainstorming session.
And it all starts with a very fundamental principle.
Yeah.
Getting everyone on the same page, right? This is step 1. Start the process. It's about defining the topic with laser focus and figuring out what hats each of you will wear, so to speak.
Hats. You mean like I'm the wild idea guy, and you're the voice of reason, making sure we don't end up brainstorming a device that accidentally teleports socks to the 5th dimension.
Exactly. It's about establishing roles from the get-go. Are you playing devil's advocate in this brainstorming session? The optimist. Well, you get the idea. This step ensures you're both starting from a place of shared understanding.
Makes sense. So now that we're both wearing the right metaphorical hats, step 2 is where things get really interesting. Divergent thinking. It's like letting your imagination off the leash.
This is where quantity trumps quality. No idea is too wacky, too outlandish. The goal is to generate a diverse pool of possibilities, even if they initially seem impractical. This is about breaking free from, all that conventional thinking.
And I bet the AI can really help with that. I can just imagine the prompts like, give me 10 ideas for a self-cleaning dog park, even if they sound like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Precisely. You're encouraging the AI to explore uncharted territory, and in doing so, you're pushing your own boundaries as well.
I love it. It's like, giving your brain permission to go on a wild goose chase, knowing that even a dead end can spark an unexpected breakthrough. So we've unleashed this, idea storm. Now it's time to, bring some order to the chaos, right?
Exactly. Step 3 is all about building upon those initial sparks of inspiration.
So we're talking about step 3, build upon ideas. This is where we start weaving those initial thoughts into something more.
Imagine one of you throws out an idea, like let's say a dog park with automated treat dispensers. Ones that can recognize each dog's breed and dietary needs.
Okay, I'm picturing it. And
the other person could say yes. And those dispensers, maybe they could also track each dog's activity levels, and adjust their portions accordingly.
Ooh, I like where you're going with this. So it's about taking those wild, kind of out there concepts and using them as, springboards for even more imaginative leaps.
Precisely. This stage is all about saying yes and to each other's ideas. It keeps the momentum going.
And it encourages you to think, well, what else? What else can we do with this?
Absolutely. This brings us to step 4, categorization. Now it's time to start grouping those similar ideas together.
Okay, so it's like we're organizing the storm, right? Bringing some method to the madness.
Think of it like sorting a jumbled box of crayons. You start to notice you have a lot of blues, a lot of reds, and maybe a few unexpected shades of teal in there.
And that's when you start to see the bigger picture emerge.
Right. Exactly. Maybe you have a cluster about dog health, another about park design, and another about, let's say, environmental sustainability. You never know what you'll find.
And suddenly those aha moments start happening, right?
Right.
Where you realize there might be hidden connections you hadn't even considered.
Now we're getting into the real magic of the brainstorming prompt, you see. Step 5, combining ideas.
This is where the fun begins, am I right?
You take those categories, those clusters of ideas, and you start mixing and matching them.
It's like a culinary experiment. You might take the idea of dog activity tracking and combine it with, say, the environmental sustainability cluster. And bam, you've got a park with solar-powered agility courses that charge up those treat dispensers.
It's about creating something entirely new by merging seemingly unrelated concepts. This is often where those truly innovative solutions emerge.
It's like creative alchemy. You're taking 2 or more existing ideas and you're fusing them into something truly unique.
But the brainstorming prompt doesn't stop there. It goes even further with step 6. Prompt for different perspectives.
This is where we're really going to stretch our imaginations, right?
It encourages you to think about the problem from completely different angles, ones you might never have considered otherwise.
So, like, what if we asked, what would this dog park look like if it were designed by, I don't know, aunties?
Yes. Or how would a dog from, say, ancient Egypt experience this park?
Now you're talking. Those kinds of prompts could really get the creative juices flowing.
Imagine prompting the AI with something like, design a dog park experience through the eyes of a dog.
Okay, that's brilliant. You're not just designing a park, you're designing a whole world, and from a completely different perspective.
And that's where the real power of this brainstorming prompt lies, you see. It's about pushing past your assumptions, embracing the unfamiliar, and really allowing those unexpected connections to spark truly innovative solutions.
So we've walked through all 6 steps of this brainstorming prompt, and I have to say, this is so much more than just your average brainstorming session, right?
Absolutely. What's particularly exciting is that the guide, it goes beyond just outlining these steps. It gives you concrete examples, practical tips, even specific phrasing you can use when you're interacting with the AI. It's like having a brainstorming coach right there in your pocket, ready to help you unlock those breakthrough ideas.
And speaking of coaching, what advice would you give to our listeners who, they might be eager to try this out, but maybe feel a little intimidated by the whole, AI aspect of it all?
The beauty of this approach is that it's accessible to everyone, regardless of your technical expertise. My advice: don't be afraid to just dive in and experiment.
Start with a problem you're passionate about, something that really excites you, and see where the brainstorming prompt takes you.
Exactly. The guide provides a solid structure, of course, but feel free to adapt it to your own style, your own needs. Make it your own.
It's like learning a new dance. You start with those basic steps, get comfortable with them, and then, you add your own flair, your own unique rhythm.
Precisely. And remember, the AI is there to augment your creativity, not to replace it. The most powerful results, the truly innovative breakthroughs, they come from a genuine collaboration between human ingenuity and, well, artificial intelligence.
So to sum it all up for our listeners, this brainstorming prompt, it's not just about coming up with ideas, right? It's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible, exploring new creative territories.
It's about embracing a structured approach to creativity, exploring all those different perspectives, breaking down those barriers, and ultimately, it's about unlocking your full innovative potential.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI-powered brainstorming. If you're ready to unleash your own creativity, we highly recommend checking out the Generative AI Professional Prompt Engineering Guide.
It's a treasure trove of insights and techniques, really, for anyone and everyone looking to harness the power of AI in their personal and professional lives.
Until next time, keep those creative sparks flying.